For Graham with a little bit of Hollywood acting just to make sure he gets the foul. And our El Salvadorian referee right on the spot and gives up a free kick then to Barbados. This one will be taken by goalkeeper Kiesel Broom. Ushers his men forward again. What they expect here though is Barbados soak up pressure and then look to hit them on the counter, get the early goal, and then they can take control of the game and the possession as well. But so far, even Stephen, Barbados playing the waiting game, this time with Sebastian Hunt. Plays it wide to Jules. Jules goes wide, gets nothing for it. Still in possession, Rashad Jules, BDF player, to Hunt. Hunt looks for the return ball. Jules doesn't read it, and only he would understand why. Curtis.
Pass comes through, and there's no one home. A bit of a mental breakdown by Barbados down the left-hand side on that occasion. Crowd growing a bit restless. They want goals, but football a tactical game, and Barbados here with everything to gain and nothing really to lose. So I'm sure the coach will be pleased with what he's seen so far. He'll be happy if he can get a goal, Trevor Thorne. But this stalemate at this point in time suits Barbados just fine. For Aruba, none of the sort. They need a goal, and they need one quickly.
Long searching ball to Ricardo Morris, who's looking to usher this out of play. Does so now. A little bit of a kick after, some afters. The ref is going to have something to say about that. He's won his team. This is Ricardo Morris, a goal kick. The referee now having words with that player just off screen. Bergman says, okay, ref, no problem whatsoever. Just put the boot in. I'm sure next time he comes down there, Curtis, Morris will be not ushering the ball out. I'm sure he'll be clearing and, and really coming through just to let him know who's in charge. Ball into touch this time as the goal kick goes wayward by Broom. 13 and a half minutes. 0-0 between Barbados and Aruba.
Of course, you can see in the background the field is the synthetic version, the AstroTurf. And so we won't be affected by the dry conditions we've had in Barbados over the past few weeks. It's been extremely dry here. What is coming into play, though, is extremely windy on the outside. And the aerial balls are tending to go astray. We've seen about 2 being launched down to the sidelines by both keepers so far. And this is something that we'll have to take into account as the night goes on.
Ball into the box. Danger here for Barbados. Chance for Aruba. Shoots and he's wide of the mark this time. But the defense then in a bit of 6s and 9s though, Curtis. I saw Morris go over there. Also saw Bailey. But none of the two really made the challenge that was necessary. No conviction. And in stepped Batson, I believe it was, with the left foot. And he ricocheted off the defender. Corner kick to Aruba on 14 and a half minutes.
A bit of a push in the build-up to that corner as well. I think that's why the Barbados defense collapsed. Not spotted by the keeper. The corner floated in now. Heads go up. Half cleared by Barbados. Aruba will have another shot. That one goes off the shin of the Barbadian defender, goes into touch. And Aruba now, let's see the challenge coming in once again. We'll be back with the live coverage. And Aruba, nice bit of trickery there. Let's see if he can provide a quality ball. He's still going. Goes down in the box, wants something for it. Referee says, no, sir. Will not happen. 15 minutes gone, and we're still goalless between Aruba and Barbados at Paradise Park.
Foot race, it's Holligan in possession. Collects it right-footed. One-on-one. Bit of trickery needed. Comes inside the 18-yard box. 2 defenders confront him. And the cover challenge comes in. He gets nothing, although he's acting. Long searching ball, 25 yards down into the Barbados half. Broom says, I have it, and collects it inside his 18-yard box. Uses the left side to kill some time and to allow his team to restructure. Barbados now needing a bit of a breather after going on that long run, as Kiesel Broom now directs traffic a bit. He wants Manning to move up just a wee bit as he throws it out now. And then he'll give it the good old right boot, I believe. Yes, pushes it forward. He's playing for some time here though, Curtis. Quite early in the game. Suggests he get the ball up the field before the yellow card is banished by referee Alfonso Mia. But this time around, he gives away possession. So it is the Aruban team down the left-hand side with Ruiz. Ruiz comes wide. Plays Olitz down the line now. Cleared out by the defense. into Hayden Holligan. Turns on a dime, pods forward, finds Chandler. Chandler back to Holligan, into Hart. Hart gets a little shove in the back. Over to Jules. Chance to go one-on-one inside the 18-yard box. Chance for Jules now to create something. Square ball and cleared away. This time by Cruz. And in a timely fashion too, Curtis, on 16.5 minutes. It's Barbados 0, Aruba 0.
Nice bit of work there from Rashad Jules after Mario Hart went down. Decided to take on the defense on his own. Tried for the square ball. And the Aruban defense was alert to the danger. The attempted cross was ushered out. And it will be Holligan with his kinetic take now. Decides to discard it. Perhaps not doing its job. Coming loose. Puts it at the byline. And here comes the winger. Speedy little winger he is. Will swing it across from the left-hand side into the breeze.
Cross comes in now. Headed up into the air by Hunt. Punched away by goalkeeper Eric Abdul. Barbados in possession. Chance for some magic on this right-hand side. Sebastian Hunt. Ball played inside. Finds Jules. Jules tries to go past one man. Has to shield it and go all the way back this time to find Ricardo Morris in his own half. 50-yard pass. Cleared away by the defense with a head. Aruba in possession. Just about 52-48 possession to Barbados this time. Down the right-hand side goes Morris. Clears his lines. And with 18.5 minutes gone, Arubans with a throw down the left-hand side. They look to build down this left, which is Barbados' right. Squares the ball, cleared away, this time by Manning. Over this side comes Holligan. Holligan gives up possession to Dirk van Leenen. Leenen with a throw, 25 yards then down the right-hand side for the Arubans. Throw comes in, controlled, back to Leenen. Nice little possession here by the Arubans into the 18 and just outside the 18-yard box. Shot coming in, taken cleanly and easily by Kiesel Broom.
And the Barbadian keep getting down on that one. Directs the ball to Holligan. Hits it back into the defense. Barbados playing a cat and mouse game with Aruba and not committing too many numbers forward. They're probing and prodding. A nice point man in Mario Hart, the big striker, performs the captain's duties when Emerson Boyce is unavailable. This Hart has quite a few goals for his national team and has been an ever-present thorn in the Aruban side in the opening 19 minutes of this one, approaching the 20th minute, and we're still goalless here at Paradise Park.
Well, it's similar tactics to what Barbados played when they were in Aruba. And therefore, they're really looking to beat them on the counter, soak up the pressure. And this is a familiar thing when it comes to World Cup qualifiers. 2 legs, of which, if you get a result in the first game, you would want to put the other team to bed by scoring early. But if it doesn't happen, it's good to keep them at bay. And the longer it remains this way, though, Curtis, then the Arubans start to panic, leave space at the back, and then Barbados can actually pounce and score their first goal for the evening.
That said, Barbados looking a bit uncertain. Possession at the back. And here comes the ball not cleared sufficiently by Barbados. Another shot comes in and watched all the way to safety by Broom. But the defending of the Barbadian team perhaps has been their Achilles heel so far in the competition. Didn't concede in Aruba, which is good. Scored twice. And that has been the crucial factor so far in this second leg of this encounter because they left themselves some breathing room with Aruba now having it all to do. 20 minutes gone, and we're still goalless at Paradise Park.
Yeah, we're almost midway through this first half, and fouled. In this case, Barbadian player Hayden Holligan putting the elbow onto that player and creating that foul, but went one-on-one. And this is what we want to see, more of this from Holligan, exploiting the left back who is down that left-hand side, creating chances for Hart, if possible, and also Chandler. So it is the Aruban team now in possession, back to 50-50 possession. No real clear-cut chances for any of the two. Foot race between Rico Graham and that left-sided player in Eric Danzo, but Graham elects to play the ball outside for a throw. That's Marcus Falopa who controlled that ball, the Barbadian technical director there. But ball in play again here, headed away by the defense into Mario Hart, heads it back to himself, prods the ball forward. Foot race between two, ball cleared away this time as Boyce came in, but it was good work this time from Cruz, who slides on the AstroTurf and clears with his right foot. So 22 minutes gone, no goals in this one as yet. And a number of World Cup qualifiers being played as simultaneously as this one is being played as well. We'll be able to give you some information on that as we go through the evening. But so far, 0-0 between Barbados and Aruba. Remember, Barbados have a 2-0 lead or aggregate in the first leg that was played last week, Wednesday, in Aruba. Throwing this time into the box, cleared away by the captain of the Aruban team. That's Noen. And a foul has occurred as the ball went into the air there. And so far, Curtis, the game seemed to have settled down. And no team really giving us the cutting edge that we're looking for, nor the first goal.
Yes, indeed. It's been a stalemate so far. Very tactical display by both teams, both coaches prodding and probing. And, of course, Coach Falopa of Barbados will be the happier of the two managers so far. That said, he's still up and pacing the byline, as you can see in the background. He's on the right of your screen in his white shirt and track pants, trying to get something across to his defender. There goes the Aruban coach now with the ball in hand, and he will have a message as well. Of course, the Aruban team, as we've been saying all night long, will have to seize the initiative. Maybe they'll have to gabble some more Pt2 men up front. They'll need to do something to stretch this Barbadian unit, because at the moment they're playing straight into the hands of Coach Falopa and the Barbadian squad. 23 minutes gone, and Barbados still sitting on a 2-0 advantage after the opening leg, and we're goalless so far at Paradise Park.
Well, in the last 4 encounters of Barbados have played Aruba, they've won all 4, scoring 13 goals and only 3 against. And if they can keep that record up, then they would have rewarded themselves with a berth in the 3rd round of the World Cup, as we wait to see the teams coming through to win their second legs as well. And then we know what Barbados really faced that we're going to come up against as the World Cup qualifying competition continues. But they're going to need to get a 0-0 result here, or come up with or even a 1-0 loss wouldn't put them too bad, because then Barbados would be 2 and the Arubans only 1, and Barbados then would go through on those away goals as well. So Hart chasing now, ball cleared up 15 yards into the middle of the midfield. Sliding tackle from Rashad Jules, and he gives up a throw-in 10 yards from the half line.
Jules on that occasion just letting the Arubans know he's there, he's around, and it won't be simple to get past him, as the Aruban player gives him a right glance as if to say, okay, don't try that again. But well within the rules, no infringement on the player, just the ball cleared solidly, and Barbados putting the ball into touch once again at 25 minutes gone, and play beginning to look a bit more settled now as the teams try to string their passes together. Aruba strong at the back and looking to come forward in numbers, whereas Barbados looking to smother from the midway point down, and looking to have a central striker as they advance, and not looking to give anything away in the early stages of this encounter.
Yeah, possession still with the Arubans on the half line. 15-yard chip inside. Finds, yes, chance here for them, but cleared away. A nice little thoughtful play there by Manning, who stuck out the right foot to let the ball go past the striker. Prods the ball forward. Finds this time Mario Hart. Hart with 9 goals for Barbados. Can he add to that? Not on this occasion. Thinks he gets a foul, but he falls rather easily. And now the Arubans with 6-7 touches on the ball. Ball cleared away this time by Boyce. Only finds the Aruban again. The possession now 55-45 again to the Arubans. So their pattern of play has allowed them now to gain possession and keep it for a little bit more than Barbados have had it. They're going down the left-hand side now, this time. Trying their luck down Barbados' right. Cuts inside. Switches direction again. Plays a nice, delightful ball. Square ball coming in. And shout for a penalty. Nothing on, says the referee. Aruba is still in possession. Ball back just past the 18-yard box. Nice little flick pass. Headed away this time by Morris. Misdirected again. Barbados under some pressure here. They need a steady foot by Sebastian Hunt. He passes the ball then out to Chandler. But before the ball could be collected by Chandler, an infringement has occurred. Foul, I believe, on Sebastian Hunt. And Barbados then with a free kick, 25 yards from their goal line, to be taken by Kiesel Broom, wearing the number 1 this evening. This Stano gear, Curtis, looking rather nice on this AstroTurf for the Barbados team. And since they've had it, they've suffered just the one defeat and seem to be bringing a bit of luck to them. Brand new gear and a number of good results for the Barbados Tritons.
The Aruban team still feeling aggrieved after that shout for a penalty was turned down. Having a word with the referee, who's having none of it, is our official from El Salvador, Mr. Corelios Meja. And having a stern word off screen with the Aruban player, as if to say, I am in charge and I make the calls. 27 minutes gone and we're still goalless, and that perhaps would be one of the major talking points of the opening half so far.
Well, for sure, the Barbadian football public are generally not so patient. They love to see goals from minute 1. And the minute that the ball isn't coming up in this particular area, the Aruban defense, they're going to start to ask questions. And I'm seeing a number of quality players out here for Barbados who can put the stuff together. But the thing is, the ball needs to go through Hayden Holligan, who I believe I've only called his name possibly about 3 times for the half. And if that's your talisman, then I suspect you're going to need to get him into the game lots more. Like the gent playing forward Arubans, number 10, Batten. The ball filters through him a whole lot. And so far, he's had the ball umpteen times and is able to create chances for the Arubans. Long sweeping ball down the right. This time finds same man, Holligan. Now, create some magic, Holligan. Can you do that? Cuts inside, prods it inside for Jules. Jules shoots, charged down at the back by the defense. Only as far as Morris, who prods it forward. Cleared out of the defense again by the Arubans. Barbados with the headed ball by Boyce. Boyce into Holligan. Miscontrols it for the first time this evening. Down the line, Bailey goes all the way back to Broom. Broom controls left-footed, steps off of it, looks for his players. 50-yard pass past the half line. Heads go up. Cleared out by the defender. And that will be a throw. 15 yards from the Aruban goal line on the right-hand side.
I think the breeze still proving problematic for Broom as he has sprayed them down the flanks. That one took 1 touch before going off. And in the interim, Barbadian player has gone down injured in the challenge, being checked on now by the referee as they await the throw to be taken by Barbados. With half an hour gone in tonight's encounter, the throw will be taken by Rico Graham. And we're still goalless here at Paradise Park. As you mentioned, though, Trevor Thorne, Hayden Holligan has been reduced to a player of set, playing in dead ball situations, not been allowed any freedom by Aruba. They would have seen a lot of him on Wednesday night, and they know if you give him any space, give him a few yards, he weasels his way into some tight positions and is very good on the ball and creates lots of headaches in the box for the opposing team. And they've done their homework, and Holligan has had a bit of a reduced impact on the game so far.
Yes, for sure. His counterpart, though, gent by the name of Raymond Batten, wearing the number 10 in the middle of this midfield for Aruba, showing lots of skill, lots of guile, and able to control the ball in and around that center circle. And so far, his completion of passes is about 96%. Holligan's is about 75%. So we're seeing that he's running things for the Rubans. Holligan need to step up his statistics just a bit so that Hart and the likes of Chandler can at least get a shot on bar, especially before halftime. You're at home and you want to take this game by the scruff of the neck.
Useful free kick here now by Barbados. It'll be Boyce swinging it in. Normally he'll be on the receiving end. He's a tall player. He's in the central defense, but he's good in the air. Has scored a number of headers for Wigan in the English leagues, but he's taken charge of this free kick as the captain, and I'm sure the point man on this one is Mario Hart.
Square ball into the box now. Chance here for Sebastian, and it's just wide of the mark. It came off the defender last. Yes, it did. So Barbados with another corner. As we see the ball coming over the top this time. There's Sebastian Hunt, but the ball trickles off of their captain. That's Nguyen, and out for a corner kick. That far side. This one to be taken by Rashad Jules. He'll curl it left-footed. Trusted left foot. He's going to need to do yeoman's service. Barbados now with 5 men in the box, jostling. Including that 5 is Hart. It's also Hunt. Square ball coming in. Finds the shot of Boyce. And Boyce looking to pull the trigger with the right foot, but he leaned back, Curtis. And that one over the goal bar of Eric Abdul, when he should have been head over it. And for the third time then in this two-legged encounter, he would have scored. But the cardinal sin there, leaning back. And you know when you lean back from 12 yards, you're likely to find over the ball going over the top of the bar.
Needed to let the ball come onto him a bit more on that occasion. Prevented from doing so by the defense. Perhaps let it come onto him and then put his foot through it. But on that occasion, the defense in close quarters, and the boys forced to take the shot off balance, as you mentioned, leaning back, and the ball will only go in one direction, up. And so it went, and goalkeeper not threatened. 33 minutes gone now. Aruba with a quick throw. The spectators are appealing for a foul throw, not given by the third official. Play continues, and we're still goalless here at Paradise Park as Aruba attempt to claw back this 2-goal advantage, which Barbados would have secured 2 away goals when the opening leg of this tie was played on Wednesday night in Aruba.
Here's Batten wearing number 10, prods it forward, in fact sideways. Square ball coming into the box. Off the line comes Kiesel Broom, as he should. Collects it just 12 yards out and averts the danger. Ushers his players up the field again. Tridents with a 2-0 first leg lead, looking to protect it and maybe just score on the counter. Ball into Hart's thigh and then on to the right elbow. And Barbados should pay attention because the ball is going to be played rather quickly this time by Batten. Far wide, finds the outside midfield, but then the ball skids off the AstroTurf and goes for a throw to Barbados. Number 3, Rico Graham, plays for Gall-Hill in the Digicel Premier League. Gall-Hill looking to get out of the relegation zone and playing better football in this second half of the Digicel Premier League. That's the local tournament here in Barbados. Here comes Hart now. Twist pass, one man. Square ball coming in. Chance here. Not taken by the keeper cleanly, but the striker there, Chandler, jumping into the chest of goalkeeper Eric Abdul, giving up a free kick then. 6 yards out. Barbados 0, Aruba 0.
Yes, the decision there going with Abdul, the keeper. Striker adjudged to have fouled him as he attempted to collect the aerial ball from Hart. Hart, playing the majority of tonight's game outside of the box, has not been allowed to roam on the inside by the Aruban defense. Of course, these two teams would have played 90 minutes of football last week, so they're now much more aware of the various strengths and weaknesses of their opponents. And this too will come into play. The whistle has gone for another infringement. This time it will go in favor of Barbados. It's beginning to get a bit testy as the frustrations now coming out for both sides. Barbados would want a goal. I think 1 goal from Barbados would have definitely put this one to bed, whereas Aruba keen for 1 to get a foothold back in it. Remember, they trail by 2-0.
Good control by Holligan. Cuts it to the left foot. Bit of trickery. Foot onto it by the defender there, and Holligan wins the throw. Yes, for sure, because the referee is pointing in that direction. Holligan wins the throw, although Dirk Van Leenen thinks not. Here comes Manning. Manning into Holligan. Well, it wasn't a quality ball though, but Manning looking to make amends. Square ball coming in, cleared away by the defense. Hart with a shot, hits the crossbar and out. Beautiful shot by Hart. turned on a dime and crashed the volley onto the crossbar. Goalkeeper Eric Abdul, no chance, but the ball came off his shoulder into the post and then out.
And that's why they mark him so closely. That's all he needs, a split second. And Mario Hart can turn on a dime. Brilliant effort there by Hart. And the luck on the Aruban side, because that one was destined for the back of the net. And somehow Aruba managed to keep the scoreline at level. We're still goalless, 37 minutes gone. And that one woke up the crowd here at Paradise Park. Here comes Aruba with a nice bit of play down the left-hand side.
Ball cleared away by Morris. Shot coming in, but the whistle went just before it, as the Aruban would have handled that one. There's a chance here now. Hart shoots with the right foot onto the crossbar, onto the shoulder of the goalkeeper Abdul. And
knew nothing about it.
He's breathing easy.
Yes, came off the crossbar, onto his shoulder, then looks like onto the leg and out. And I think he's used up all his lucky charms for the night.
We'll see, as I said, Barbados showing good skill, class in that particular play. Built up down the left-hand side as the ball came across. Hart elected not to chest it, as he's accustomed doing it, so he can get it under control. Took the shot one time. And keeper Eric Abdul, not knowing where that shot was coming from, could only react in the way he did. But the luck was with the Arubans. Ball coming off the crossbar, then his shoulder. You go down the left-hand side now. Square ball by Aruba, cleared away by the defense in the form of Ricardo Morris. And brings a shout from Kiesel Broom. But Barbados showing good class and position in defense, because 4 or 5 men back for that cross. And they outnumbered then the Arubans, so the chance of scoring would have been very slim. As we see now, Aruba with a corner kick. Eric Santos didn't start the last game, starts this one to get minutes, and he's going to swing it in right-footed from the far side. Square ball coming into the box now. Chance here, headed away quite well by the Barbadians. In possession, it is Aruba with their playmaker Baton, comes wide, finds the gent that kicked the corner kick, and he's under some pressure, being held actually this time by Rico Graham. And referee Mahir on the spot gives up points to the spot for a free kick. And this one would be 55 yards out on the left-hand side. Ball will be curled in with the right foot. This one to be taken by Hans Danso. And it is direct, because I don't see, in fact yes, it is direct. Referee's hand stays down. So you look to either shoot or curl this in for an attacking header. Square comes in now, headed away by Sebastian Hunt, as he read that one very well. Balls that bounce just before you get them though, Curtis, they'll give trouble in the box, but Sebastian Hunt.
Yes, indeed, as this is a dangerous portion of the game for Barbados, because it's at this time where we normally get the lapses just before halftime, just before the end of the game. And I'm sure Coach Marcus Flopa will be at the byline, reminding them just to defend well and strongly, get to the halftime whistle, and then we can reset from there. This is live coverage of the 2018 World Cup Qualifier between Barbados and Aruba from Paradise Park in Barbados on the beat104.com and barbadosfa.com. Thank you for tuning in wherever you are around the Caribbean. It's also live on Hot 95.3 FM, and compliments our sponsors, Standard Distributors. 40 minutes gone, we're still goalless here at Paradise Park. And they'll have to take that one again, or will they? I think the official has spotted an infringement on the keeper, Broom. And Kiesel doesn't look to be happy. May have received a bit of an elbow or a shove. The man on my right, Trevor Thorne, will know lots about that. Strikers get up to mischief when they think the keeper isn't looking, the referee isn't looking. But tonight, that was not the case.
Yeah, this referee, obviously, is World Cup qualifiers, so top-class refereeing is expected, and exactly that. That's what we're getting. Ball down the right-hand side from Rashad Jules over to Hayden Holligan, who's straight offside. And I made that the second offside for the evening, so you can see, because Barbados are giving them the first third to play in, they're hardly ever going to run offside playing this particular cat and mouse game. And the Arubans then lapping up the possession. Just about 57% now. Barbados dropping off just a bit more again as Aruba come forward down the left-hand side. Square ball coming in, cleared away this time by Bailey. Finds the left back. Touches it forward. Jules into Hunt. All the way back to Morris. Morris comes wide right. Finds Bailey. Bailey to Hunt. Collects the ball and plays it wide again. This time finding Graham. And pushing it back of Chandler. Gives Barbados a foul. In fact, it's Hayden Holligan. Scratching his, not scratching, feeling for that area where the elbow would have come in. Still 0-0 between Barbados and Aruba. 42.5 minutes gone. And as I said, Curtis, Barbados not necessarily having to do very much but hold on for a 0-0 draw and go straight to the next round. In the meantime, Aruba have it all to do. A 2-goal deficit. 2 goals from Emerson Boyce last Wednesday. So we're going to have to keep on pressing forward to see if they get some results.
This game has taken a different path from the opening fixture. Barbados with 2 goals within 30 minutes in the opening encounter. So by this time, in the opening game, they were sitting pretty. Well, they still have that 2-goal advantage, but I'm sure Coach Marcus Falopa would be keen for another one to really settle the nerves of the Barbadian team and appease the crowd, because the Barbadian football fans, they love goal mouth action. They like to see goals coming left, right, and center. And so far, none of that. But definitely with Barbados still in the ascendancy, this would not be as big of a problem for the coaching staff. Just another minute and a half plus additional time. I don't think we've had many stoppages for injuries in this one. So perhaps another 2 additional minutes added on as we cruise towards halftime here at Paradise Park.
And we expect that Barbados would want to continue in a winning vein, especially at home, not knowing who they're going to have to play next, whether it be an away game or right back here at home. But having, played quite well by all measures in Aruba, they'd want to perhaps allow for this second half to really pick up the pace. The Aruban player having fouled the Barbadian player in the center of the field, and referee calling for the medical attention there for, if that's Chandler that's down.
Yes,
bit of a conversation between Boyce and the rest of the Arubans, because a little bit malicious in that foul on the half line. So the medical team is now on, and she'll administer perhaps the magic spray or some ice in the back of the head, Curtis, as we head towards the halftime. Barbados 0, Aruba 0.
Just when we said there were not too many stoppages for significant injuries, we've gotten one. But yes, Chandler's been in the wars so far tonight. I think he also received a blow to the back of the head earlier. Well, he fell awkwardly, so he's now sustained 2 blows.
Looks like Jules, though. Number 7 just rolled over, so it is Jules rather than Chandler.
Yes. Yes, it is Rashad Jules on this occasion. And the Aruban players are still having a word with the referee, which is not advisable. The only thing you'll get there is booked for your troubles, because after he's made a decision, you just need to accept it and step away. Nothing good can come from confronting the officials. It never does. We understand in the heat of the moment you may want to stress your point, but Jules looks to be okay, having a sip of water now as he's checked on by the physio. The official rules given concussions and whatnot in sport will dictate that he must be assessed, but Trevor, I believe he will continue. And we're just seconds away now from halftime. Still no goals in this encounter at Paradise Park.
Yeah, but very intriguing, tactical game. Barbados would have got to this stage by the warm-up game against Guyana, 2-2. Jomo Harris and Mario Hart, the scorers of goals for that particular encounter. They then won against St. Vincent 3-1. Draw against St. Vincent in the second game, 2-2. Those were friendly internationals. They then came out of that one against the real encounter USVI and lost 1-0 at the National Stadium. Had to come back by travelling to USVI and getting 4 goals on the night. Goals by Raheem Sargent, Jamal Chandler, Mario Hart, and Jabari Chandler on 90 minutes. So therefore 4-0 on the night, which puts them into this particular round of the World Cup qualifiers for 2018. They then went to Aruba last week, 2-0 to Barbados. And now we're here at the Usain Bolt Complex, Paradise Park, 0-0. Half-time whistle, Curtis. All's well that ends well for Barbados. No goals scored against them, and they haven't scored themselves either. And on 45 minutes, they go for refreshments. We too will probably be going for some kind of a refreshment shortly. But 0-0 here between Barbados and Aruba. And lots to play for in the second half, Curtis.
So no goals. Of course, Barbados will be the happier camp, having scored their 2 goals in the first leg. And there will be some happy campers in terms of the Barbados team. The team in the background, there goes Aruba now as they head towards the changing rooms to have a word from the coaches. And once again, in case you have just tuned in to the Beat104.com and BarbadosFA.com, this is live coverage of the 2018 World Cup Qualifier, the second leg between Barbados and Aruba. Barbados won the opening leg 2-0 in Aruba, and we're goalless here at halftime. And it comes compliments to our friends at Standard Distributors.
Curtis, just peeking back at some of the results for Aruba, you know, the all-time results, will show that they haven't really done too well over the years. They would have had a win against Cuba, also beat Curacao, these games quite a while back. But since then there's been not too much joy for them, and having done that, they come into this encounter a little doubtful with a 2-0